welcome or welcome back to the Campus Ministry Show. I'm Father Logue, host of the show and chaplain at Lancaster Catholic High School, and I'm joined today by Erin Covey, senior at Lancaster Catholic, and we're going to talk a little bit about Respect Life Month, which is the month of January, but also the Respect Life Club here at Lancaster Catholic. So, Erin, first of all, thanks for joining us.
Hi, thank you.
Thanks for being willing to be on the show. So first of all, what is the Respect Life Club? What are some of the things you guys do?
Yeah, so we raise awareness for things like abortion, those who are less fortunate than us. So our most recent event was the food drive, where we put together meals for those who didn't have families for Thanksgiving or food for Thanksgiving. We also got gift cards so that they could get turkeys. That was our largest event. We were hoping to do a dress down day and give the money to women's and babies.
And you guys are most recently well known, or people might not realize that the morning prayers, the novena for life that's been going on, came from you guys and your initiative. Mm-hmm. So what made you personally join the Respect Life Club?
Yeah, so I just think that it's really important to let other people know that they're not alone in what they're believing about abortion. I think that's like the main thing that Respect Life is about. I think it's important that they know, like, hey, like, you're not thinking the wrong way. And also I think I was sort of on the edge of, is what I'm believing right, or is it, is it wrong to be thinking that this is right, or is it wrong to be thinking this is wrong, I didn't know what to believe, and so I joined, actually just this year, this is my first year doing it, and I just started to kind of fall into, okay, like, what I'm believing is right, and I want to tell other people it's not wrong to think that abortion is wrong. And, you're joined with so many different variety of students who are believing the same thing, and we all come together and come up with ways to encourage other students to start considering joining and considering being pro-life.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most important things in the dialogue, because it is a very contentious issue, and we don't have clubs about other hot button issues or hotly debated things, and we would, I think, generally stay away from that, but we don't in this. And I think what we need to do well to get across to people who maybe are confused as to why we are against abortion is to say, look, we want what's best not just for the unborn children, but also the mothers and the fathers, and we see the trauma that happens after abortion when people choose abortion. We see the hurt that's there, and we genuinely think abortion not only hurts these children, but also the mothers, the families, the fathers, everybody involved. So that's an awesome witness to be able to give. So what were some of the facts or the insights or the experiences that helped convince you that believing abortion was wrong wasn't crazy or wasn't the wrong thing to do or the wrong thing to push for?
Yeah, so I just kind of thought about, me personally. My mother chose life for me, and I think that she chose life for all of my sisters, so I think of, if she didn't choose life, that one of us wouldn't be here, and I think that it's a very real thing. You look around and see young teens getting pregnant, and they're obviously scared, and they're making these decisions, and in the long run, it's hurting everybody, and so I think that it's important to stop that before it happens. There's always other options, like adoption, and things like that, instead of just taking away the life. And I just think of my own life, what would I do if I wasn't here, or, even if I made that decision, I just think of the effect that it would have on me. And I think that that's the thought that we try to put in other people's minds. You have your life, and it's important to give other babies that opportunity to also live a great life.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you say to someone who doesn't think this is an important issue, or doesn't want anything to do with the pro-life ideas, or thinks that they're just crazy or from faith or?
Yeah, that's a good question. Reflect on it and pray on it, obviously. That's the best thing that you can do, or talk to, a priest, and give them, what you're feeling or what you're thinking. Ask them questions. I know personally, I was always thinking, well, what if this happened, or what if that happened? And that's, totally normal. But I think it's really important to just ask around, ask your peers, which can be really nerve-wracking. But, get other people's opinions, and obviously don't let it change your opinion, but, really reflect on what they're saying, and just be open to
open to the arguments, and really think about it critically.
Yeah.
And that's something I try and get across on a whole bunch of issues when I'm talking to students visiting classes, that hey, I have found the Christian position on a lot of these things very convincing. And even if you don't find it personally convincing, I think you would have to, in good conscience, recognize that it's well thought out and well intentioned. And we're genuinely trying to fight for what we think is going to help build people up and help people live a better life. So that's an important thing to understand. But it is a tough issue. What's been your favorite part of being in the Respect Life Club this year?
Probably just seeing all of the different students come together. There's some students who you never even knew were interested in this club who come, and just hearing everyone's great ideas. Ms. Grassa is amazing at leading, and Mrs. Lopez leads as well. So just being able to get like teacher insight and then also student insight, and just coming together to come up with fun, creative ways to get students to also, kind of hop in and agree with, pro-life. I definitely love doing the food drive. We got to sort all of the items and put together boxes, and it just felt like a really great thing to do for your community. And, you don't always realize who you're helping. It could be someone at school or someone you don't even know, but at the end of the day, like, you're really making their day so much better. And so that's just a really great feeling to know that you're making a better impact on your community.
I think the food drive is a great example of something that maybe not everyone would expect the Respect Life Club to do, because everyone thinks the whole focus is on abortion. And it reminds me of what the sort of perspective of too many people is, that, oh, you're only pro-life because you're Christian, because you're Catholic. Like, no, I'm I respect and want to recognize the dignity of every human being because I'm Christian, because I'm Catholic. So I want to support these people who need help with the food drive or whatever other charitable endeavor. And I think that those rights and dignity apply to the unborn because science tells me this is a human being. So it's really a scientific argument or a philosophical argument. It's not just that we think that we should have as many babies as we can or not support women after birth or the children after they're born, but only fight for it before for some reason. Now, a lot of the focus is on abortion because I think that's the most grievous violation of human rights and dignity. And if we don't have that right to life, and we're not welcoming these children into a loving environment, a loving world, recognizing the tragedy that might be around their birth, but doing our best to love them in the midst of that, then none of the rest of it matters. So that's a really important witness that you guys give. So what would your thoughts be being in high school now, like for your generation, for people your age, thinking about these issues and like figuring out where they stand, and especially for those who are agree or are friendly to the pro-life position moving forward in their lives?
Yeah, I'm really hopeful that they can continue to strengthen their beliefs because outside of high school, the pressures get to be a lot more tough. And I hope for those who are still, not sure if they're with it or not, that they continue to explore, maybe come join the pro-life club, and, strengthen their belief or get a belief. And I'm really hopeful that we can all kind of come together, and hopefully abortion will be banned one day and this won't have to be an issue.
And not just banned, but unthinkable.
Yeah,
I like that
yeah, right.
language for it.
Yeah, I just think that everybody, we all have our different opinions and we are, allowed to have them, but I just hope that someday, like, my generation will be pro-life and that we won't, have to worry about it anymore.
And I hope both sides would be able to agree that even if we're disagreeing, we want to pursue truth, and we want to figure out truth and the best approach to building a society, instead of just winning debates or putting down someone that we see as on the other side.
Yeah, because I don't think it should be a debate. I think that, for those who are still unsure if they believe, I think that they should be able to come to an understanding on their own without being told, hey, you're wrong. I think when you're told that you're wrong, you're more likely to be strong and be like, no, I'm right. But, kind of letting them fall into, okay, I see where they're coming from, look for those truths, look for the scientific, evidence.
Look for common ground.
Yeah, right, and kind of slowly fall into it instead of being forced into it. I think that's really important because I think that if it's constantly being thrown at your face, you're more likely to not, believe it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on, and again, this is Respect Life Month. January, we particularly focus on this issue and encourage people to support it and to think about it and pray about it and learn about it. So we encourage you to take advantage of this time when especially those of you here at Lancaster Catholic, talk to me, talk to the Pro-Life Club, the Respect Life Club, and learn about these issues so that you can have a well-formed conscience on it. So thank you again for joining us, and thank you for tuning in. God bless.